Welcome to another episode of Convos Create Change. I'm your host, Scotty Smart. I have a dynamic panel lined up for you this evening. From my left,
Easy 100. We on episode 7, Scotty. Can you believe it?
we working, man. We have a special guest with us, Miss Mag Mustang.
Well, there it is. I'm Mac Mustang, also known as Mac the Mogul.
I'm Raquel, aka I See Green Eyes.
Oh, it's your boy PT Duval. Back up, Wilder.
I think Boosie got a lot of backlash from it, but I don't think it was really like what he said. It was more so
How he said it.
yeah.
How he said it.
Don't cut your dick off. Don't cut his dick off, man.
That's real shit, though.
Right.
But I mean, I do want the ladies to go first, but I have one thing to say about this: the fact that
Talking to the mic.
the fact that you can't even vote until you're 18 years old, and you can give a kid this right to even have the most, I don't want to say diabolical, but biggest change in his life, and you don't even have the right to vote yet, but you can have a right to change your sexuality, and to push upon it as parents, I think that's literally just disgusting. You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't think it's right though. So I think you should be able to at least vote or be able to of an age to vote to want to change your sex, man. You know, so that's kind of like
I feel like it's an age thing.
Yeah, it's an
The
age thing. You might want some
Mind
pussy when you
development.
get about 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? You might not know it. I mean, for real. You might have some feminine ways right now. 18 shit, you want some pussy.
It's completely different for the male gender. You get what I'm saying? Because you're going to go through the biggest dramatic change in anything. I mean, for a little girl to say, I want to be a boy, I think I'm a boy. You ain't finna grow no penis. They ain't finna go attach one to you or do none of that. Like, it ain't really that type of process. But for a little boy to go through it, and Dwayne Wade really gives him the platform to be open to say, like, you know, talk your heart, speak what you want to, what you feel, and we're
I
gonna go
respect
with
that point of it a little bit. Like trying to get out in front of it and trying to handle it. I respect that portion of it, but like you said, just being able to make those decisions at such a young age, I feel like you just don't necessarily know at that point. You know what I'm saying? You do have to embrace your child regardless
Right.
of how they rocking. What you think about it, Matt?
I was just letting y'all
Do your thing.
say what
Jump
y'all
right in
want.
there. Cut a motherfucker off.
Okay, my opinion is one that many people probably don't agree with, but I think that, well, for first thing, I think the reason why Boosie got such a backlash is because he was giving an opinion on something that wasn't said. He was giving an opinion on getting a sex change, but no one spoke on a
Getting
12-year-old getting a sex change.
Right.
Because legally, a 12-year-old can't even get a sex change. So
See, I didn't hear the whole
all that
interview.
opinion or
Right.
whatever. Yeah, it sounds good, but you're speaking on something that nobody said.
That's true.
When
That's
it
true.
comes to the parenting part of it, I think that a lot of people are trying to wrap their heads around how could a 12-year-old feel like this when a 12-year-old don't even know what to do. I hear men say all the time, women never know what to eat. Women never know where they want to go. So, you know what I'm saying? That applies to everybody. That don't just apply to kids. Even as adults, some days we don't know our left from our right. We don't know if we want to break up or make up. We don't know if we want to, get married, be single, whatever. So I think the concept of trying to say that our children don't know what they want or this and the other, I think a whole bunch of adults are in denial. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the adult that says, when I was 8, I was looking at some ass. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people were.
Right.
Okay.
On the flip side, when I was 10, I knew I was attracted to titties. Like, all jokes aside, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It's like when we got some internet in the house and I found out that you could Google titties, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was the 10-year-old sneaking, Googling titties.
Right.
Or whatever. I didn't know at that point what that meant. I didn't know that me wanting to see titties meant that I was attracted to women, because at that point I didn't know what being gay was. But I knew what I was attracted to or whatever. So I think it's crazy to try to think in your head that an 8-year-old, I know 8-year-olds with periods. That, you know what I'm saying, that are in puberty.
Yeah.
When I explain a period to my daughter, I explain it all the way through. I explain to her that at this point, when your body reaches this state, now you're capable of reproducing and this, that, and the other. I let her know that you are not to reproduce, you know what I'm saying, up until you're an adult or until you reach that level. not the first time, but we talk about it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I was that child that my mom didn't have talk like that with me. So when it came time for my period or whatever, I was lost, and I lived in a house of women.
So does the parenting play that part to where your kid kind of has a better understanding of what's going on with their sexuality and the things of that nature? Does the parenting of having, you know, someone that gives you that open platform to have these conversations,
and
does that really?
I mean, and because we do live in a different time now.
Right.
So it's not like this stuff has never existed. His son isn't the first child that says, I feel trapped. I feel like I'm in the wrong body. There's been scientific studies and this, that, and the other about, you know, people having different nerves and hormone, this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 whatever.
Do you believe in the gay gene? Do you believe?
I don't believe in the gay gene because I believe people are like when I didn't grow up around gay people. So it was nothing that, and I've been in relationships with women. I'm a bisexual woman. So you know what I'm saying? It's not something that was taught to me. It wasn't something that was pushed upon me or whatever, and this, that, and the other. And I think that people know that kids are sponges, and so they like to use that excuse about that's the reason why they like the same sex or this, that, and the other. Because I think at that point nobody wants to accept that my child may be gay.
Right.
I've heard people who know this young man say that they've seen him act this way since he was 3-4 years old.
Right. His brother said it.
Nobody. This isn't something that nobody taught him or whatever. But I do think that as a parent, when I signed up to be a parent, I signed up to love my children. Period.
Definitely.
Regardless. You know what I'm saying? I signed up. I didn't sign up to be their friend. I signed up to be their parent. Now on the flip side, I can't say that I would be the parent that would allow my son to dress up in dresses and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Because I think that genuinely, if you're saying that you feel like you're supposed to be a girl or you're supposed to be a woman, there's way to more than being a girl and a woman than wearing dresses. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if you want to be, when I was 12, I still couldn't wear crop tops and long fingernails. So just because he's a transgender, that don't mean that, you know, that's okay for him. He could still wear nice girl jeans and a nice regular shirt.
Yeah, I think they're sexualizing that a little bit too much.
Right. The thing about it was making it a issue is because it's becoming a flamboyant issue. It's
and that's
becoming
the thing.
A parading and around issue. I don't agree with him feeling the need to announce it to the world. I don't agree with him feeling the need to go on a press tour about it or whatever, because
what about dressing them as a she?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can dress as a she without dressing in dresses.
This kid as a she.
Addressing him, like the pronouns and stuff.
Guess who got to address him? Him at home. That's their business. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he want to agree with, that's cool.
Shit. I heard him too.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't agree with him announcing it to the world. I grew up in a town where mom used to tell me what goes on in our house stays in our house. That's not nobody else's business. Now we live in a world where everybody feel the need to, every decision you make in your household, you got to make an announcement on the internet. This is not the first NBA player who's embraced their child as a flamboyant gay person or a flamboyant transgender.
No, Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson got the trophy, goddamn. He got the trophy for this shit.
Dresses, you know what I'm saying?
He's 6'9". That's...
See, I think Magic Johnson had to sacrifice that because he got the cure for AIDS, obviously. He's 300 pounds. I don't understand. I thought you lose weight when you get it out. I don't know. But
I think that's an interesting conversation, though, because I think when you speak on homosexuality and kids understanding at that point and how early they recognize things like that, I think unless you live through it, you can't really have an opinion on it. It's hard to speak on.
Not even that you can't have an opinion on it. I just don't agree with people trying to say, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. You wouldn't.
It's not right. I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I leave it for what it is.
A white person wouldn't understand why black people are, feel the way we feel about certain things. If you're not gay, or if you have never had that thought in your head, it's nothing that you would understand. It's not something that they can break down to you, because guess what? If you sit a whole bunch of gay people in the room and ask them, what age did you feel like you knew that you were attracted to the same sex? That's the only way you're gonna gather information on when people feel that way.
Right.
Otherwise, you would never know. You're waking up as a straight person saying, "There's no way that a 10-year-old could say that they like the same sex.
Right.
When you don't know.
Really, like, where is he getting it from, too, though? Like, where's the influence, whether it was internal or otherwise? Like, has he had that influence around him to say, okay, well, this is a lifestyle that I want?
But like I just said, the person I know that was around him at a very young age, and like he just said, his brother too, they're saying like he's acted in a feminine way since he was young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how he's been feeling or whatever. But where I think the double standard comes in that if you have a little girl that you're raising and
It's
she
definitely
says, "Daddy, I want to play football. I don't want to be no cheerleader. I want to play basketball instead. I don't want to wear that dress. I want to wear pants." Everybody's all for it, parading around. "Oh, it's cool. She's just a tomboy." But we all knew the girl in middle school that was a tomboy who grew up to be the stud.
You can just hold it.
We all knew one, and we all pretty much knew all the gay boys in school too. I'm pretty sure all of us went to school with some boys at school when you looked at
They was
and
feminine,
was like,
yeah.
they gonna be gay,
Yeah.
and they probably had a girlfriend and you all kind of stuff. But when they turned 18 or when they graduated,
They
boom,
became
they broke loose.
Right. I think you get to a certain level where you just accept who you are.
Right.
Let's move a little forward. We'll be talking about that all day. Another hot topic this week was Boosie again. Well, he quoted 21 Savage quote, which read, "A rich man can meet a broke woman and change her life, but a woman won't even look a broke man's way."
I've said this thousands of times. I
That's a
said this.
No, he not lying.
I'm not lying. I've said
No,
this.
I'm saying that's a lie. What he said is a lie.
I've stated this so many times though, in so many different platforms, because a rich man. Okay, for instance, I hate using him as an example.
Future.
Bro. Future. Like, I mean, all these women aren't successful, aren't popping, on none of that on the same standards besides Sierra. But he can get all these baby mamas. I can't go get Oprah Winfrey pregnant if I want to go get Oprah Winfrey pregnant. Just because Oprah Winfrey's a billionaire, I can't create that lane or that avenue. She controls the narrative of having that child or not. Before the child is born, the mother knows that I'm 100% this is my child because it's in my body. A man don't know nothing until you go get a DNA test or you let him know, because another man can raise that baby his whole life and not know it's his kid, because he's like, I'm in love with her. I trust her. She told me I ain't going to even go do no DNA test. The baby look like me. Okay, cool.
Lose.
But okay, so if that's the case, then the statement should have been, a rich man can change a broke woman's life, but a rich woman is not looking a broke man's way. Because broke niggas getting fucked every day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done been in love with a broke nigga before. Like, we all done been in love with a broke nigga.
I done seen some
before.
niggas get taken care of before.
Like,
I've
come on,
I've seen some niggas get taken care of.
It's more highly that a broke bitch is being taken care of from a rich nigga.
And it's
Way
been
higher.
times when a broke nigga is getting to the
Right,
bitch may not
exactly.
be rich, but she
Right.
taking
She
care
got-
of
Let's
that.
got
say
a bag somewhere.
let's not say rich. Let's just say
Well off.
she's more financially stable.
Right.
She's the breadwinner. How about that?
I don't
Right.
know. I can be honest with
I
you.
done been with a broke nigga before this. When I got with him, he was staying at his mama house. I moved him into my house. I went to work, paid all the bills, everything.
What was you at? I need to.
But I'm saying, like, everybody done.
I mean, I done been there too.
Like, we all done got some
Yeah.
good dick from broke
Yeah.
niggas got the best dick.
See, that's what I'm saying. But these are.
Now, that's what people want to hear. That's what people want to hear. Niggas is fucking.
They ain't
Niggas is
tired.
slanging dick.
They ain't tired. They ain't
Do
been
not-
working all day. They got all the
Do not-
energy. They gonna put they
not-
all into that
like,
shit.
The good ones though be broke, but then you come home and he done clean the house. Like, he done clean the house.
He doing his part. He know he ain't contributing financially, so he got to do something.
He got it.
He got to
should've been
and
here
vice
550
versa. I mean,
We
vice
still can
versa.
have that convo today. We can
Vice
still.
versa,
That's coming
on
up
the rich
next.
man,
It's
for
on
the
there.
woman or
We having
broke
that
woman's
conversation.
side or whatever. Like, she's still there doing something for the household. So don't think like she just sitting there doing something. Like, I've always been independent, but one of my child's fathers, like, I didn't have to work for 2 years. So
Right.
yes, but I still took care of the house. I still did what I had to do, and the same vice versa. If it was a rich woman, like, he still got to do something. Like, he ain't finna just sit up in my house just chilling.
I think that narrative of the being able to have that baby can control a lot of shit. Like when a woman gets pregnant from a rich nigga, it's a wrap.
But we ain't saying.
I'm just saying like that controls that part of it.
Let's
like,
take the baby out of it.
But that sounds good.
Do you think leverage?
But that sounds good. But having a baby by a rich nigga is not the way up. Ain't the way.
It's not the way out.
Do anybody know Drake baby mama? Do anybody know Drake baby mama like
Let me
that?
tell you, my son's father is
You mean?
very wealthy, well off.
And you good too now.
No, but the thing
That's what
when
you
I
talking
was
about.
when I was in a relationship with him, that was a situation. But my standards, if we've broken up and I've moved on now with somebody else, that would be
Right, like, I
disrespectful
still
to the
gotta
man
grind.
that I'm with.
Period.
To be still receiving gifts or receiving stuff that wasn't for my child from my ex. You know what I'm saying? Just because my ex is well off don't mean that, oh, okay, well here, I'm gonna go out and still buy you this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. That would be a slap in my man's face. Like,
I see niggas get slapped every day.
no.
Steadily getting stabbed. What are you talking
Because like I'm saying, like, okay, Drake has a baby by a porn star. She might have another guy. He ain't Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like
Drake still gonna drop that check.
the egg motherfucker.
That's why I said that's leverage.
That's a whole
That's
other
child
level of-
support.
That's different financial.
You gotta do something for the kid now. You gotta invest in the kid.
Because your
He wasn't even gonna let the kid
Your
out.
child should be able to.
He probably been
live the
already
same
taking care of the
lifestyle
money.
as his father.
Definitely. Man, he probably was already dropping checks off before. We just ain't know about it till
Right.
Pusha
We
T
ain't
said
had no
something.
clue about it.
We definitely.
been
We still don't even know what the kid look
Right,
like.
she been out of her
Nobody
own
know what the baby
business.
look like. Shit, I ain't seen
You
a picture
probably got
now
a
one time.
non-disclosure with
I
her
was
and
gonna say
everything. You
NBA
better
box.
not say
She better not
nothing.
say. She gonna put a star with a baby face so
Right,
she
and he
put.
can't be too mad because he fucked a porn star. Raw.
Hey man,
That's the choice he
hey
made.
man,
What's
say
wrong, what's
man.
wrong with that?
That's why I just said that's the choice he made.
What's wrong with that?
That might
So
be the safest bet.
You might be
You
right.
know she got the test results.
My-
and she definitely gonna do something to you. I think it might be the easiest way as a celebrity to get some ass. You know what I'm saying? Like no strings, no strings attached to this for
She got
the
paid.
pound game.
She got paid up
Pound.
front, and she got paid on the back.
Now she
Her
got his ass
people's
on the
good.
back end,
Got
but
him on the back end.
Yeah, she kill her.
so let me so let's take a step back a little bit because I really didn't get into what both of you ladies do. So I'm gonna start with you, and we can go into your profession and how the industry relates to what goes on in the world today. So let us know what industry you're in.
Yeah, so I'm in the trucking industry, if anybody did not know. No, I don't drive them. I'm working on my CDL, though, so, you know, we're working on that for 2020. But, yes, I own 2 semi-trucks, and I also do dispatching for owner-operators as well. So hit me up, Eurasian Logistics, or I See Green Eyes with a Z. But
Say
yeah.
that one more time slow, because you know people got a short attention span.
Eurasian Logistics, ERYSIAN Logistics with an X, or the letter C, Green Eyes with a Z on Instagram. So hit me up either way. But yes, I started my company dispatching for owner-operators and was able to, 8 months later, buy my 2 semi-trucks now, which I run on a daily basis across the United States. So, you know, that's the independent woman. So yes, I did.
Salute to
not
that.
work
You
for
know what I'm
her,
saying?
yes, but you know,
Definitely want to get an
come up
independent businesswoman to platforms. You know what I'm saying? Speak and talk your shit. Now, do you
so-
feel like that's a male predominant industry?
Oh yes, by all means. You don't see a lot of women in the industry where I am. If they are, they're way behind the scenes. And then on top of that, men tend to not respect those women who come into the game. I've seen it a couple of times, and just, you know, booking loads online, they think I'm not the owner. The crazy thing is,
like the
I
secretary
try,
type of stuff.
yeah,
Gotcha,
or
gotcha.
just the dispatcher. Oh, you're the dispatcher. No, I actually own the trucks that I'm about to move for you.
Talk to him then.
Yeah, basically.
strong
but
arm
I've
in
had
this.
conversations with brokers and things, and they say, oh, well, you know, like, who's the owner? Like, I'm like, me, at the end of the day. And some congratulate you, some look at it like, okay, well, what is she doing here?
Right.
But I am grinding just like the next one. And I consider myself like really knowledgeable about the industry now, which I did my research. I did, you know, mentorships and things like that to get in there. I didn't just hop in there. And no, I didn't sleep my way to the top. This is where I wanted to be. So, you know,
I definitely get the chance to pick your brain about your knowledge all the time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I had to sleep my way to the top. I had to do it.
Now, Mac, give the people a rundown of what you do and just a little bio, a little information.
So, mom. So I'm a mom. Look, I'm a mom first. I have 3 children. My oldest is 10. My youngest is 9 months. And a lot of people know me here in the city as a dancer. I danced on and off for about 10 years. Actually, I started dancing when I was 17, when I was still in high school. I took a few breaks. One time I took a break for about 3.5 years. And then now I've been out of the club for about a year and a half now. I'm a hairstylist by day. And I've been doing hair since I can remember, since I was in like middle school and stuff or whatever. I'm getting ready to release a new hairline called the Ponytail Kit. That's one of the things I'm known for one of my styles I'm known for is the perfectionist ponytail. Okay. Me and my boyfriend just recently started a new construction business called 3D's Construction.
Oh, that's hard.
I run a in management label with him, Paper Trail Entertainment, and we're affiliated with Free Bands.
You like a Jamaican up here.
I am.
So let me ask you this though: what made you want to transition from the strip clubs into being more of a businesswoman?
I didn't want to.
Okay, so what changed or what led you to doing so?
My boyfriend said no.
Okay,
hey, going back.
Hey, you gotta invest in. I think that's a good topic as well because I think some people would say something like, "Oh, I don't want my girl dancing," but you got to be able to move that money around, and replace that income.
Right.
That's
even most men have a problem with dating dancers too. There's a real stigma in that as well.
I definitely think you have to have a certain type of confidence about yourself. It's not like the easiest thing to realize like your girlfriend leave the house and 50 to 100 niggas can look at her naked for the next couple.
And I like it. Please.
Kind of hit up at 50 more.
No, but he definitely would date a dancer.
I will definitely date a dancer. If y'all out there, PT Duval love dancers. So however y'all feel about that shit.
He ain't talking about tap dancers.
He ain't talking about tap dancers.
No, what you said last night?
Don't worry, I was not. It was the day, bro.
He was recruiting. You was looking for a date?
No more, man.
You the reason why we watch Players Club and look at it differently.
Bro, are you kidding me, bro?
But let me ask you. See, we about to get off. This is how this always happens. But let me ask you this though. So, do you think for being in the locker room and being around that strip club environments for so long, do you think the mindset of most women there are to transition out of it, or are they like addicted to that lifestyle?
I think that everybody goes in like with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, when I started, my purpose was to go get me a $99 move-in special apartment because I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then when I realized I could make $900 instead of $99, then it's like, okay, well then shoot. Now my next goal is a car, or now my next goal is this, and the other. And then of course I guarantee you haven't met a stripper that didn't say, well, I'm just gonna do it till this time or till I make this much, then I'm gonna stop.
I think when they speak about stopping, I think that's hard to do because how do you replace a similar income? Like,
right, and it sounds good for everybody because everybody's opinion on it is always, oh, well, strippers make so much money, they should have been had a business, or they should have been did this, or they should have been did that. But the thing is, in reality, when you touch an amount of money that you've never touched before, all them plans go out the window. That's just the reality of it. If you never had $100,000 and somebody was to come give you $100,000, if you never been able to afford, this, that, and the others, you maybe never been able to afford a good steak. So guess what? Now you got that money in your pocket. You go to that steakhouse. You ain't looking at the
No parts of it.
Right, you getting the highest thing on the menu.
Go ahead.
Do you feel like having it as cash is a way different element than anything? Because a lot of these women see hands-on cash too.
Every day.
That
500 to 1,000 a night.
That plays a huge part in it, because when you got cash on your hand, you can really make a lot of different decisions way faster. Then you can go back the same night.
Go get it again.
And then boom, now you know you can go back and make it
Mac,
again.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Me and my brothers always talk about this, and no offense, no stripper out here. Have you ever met a rich stripper? Like
What's considered rich?
Rich. That's what
we know what.
Hold on.
No, we don't.
We already had this discussion. Okay, we talking about 100,000 up. You know what I'm saying?
100,000. We already said
They
100,000.
got they got 100,000 in the bank.
Like they got 100,000 in the bank. Like 100,000. See, that's what. Where's she at? I'm just asking.
Oh my God.
I mean, they there.
They there.
What I'm saying, there's so many different levels of strippers out here. That's the weird thing about it or whatever. You got girls that, they don't look like strippers. These are girls that you go out, they gonna look regular. They not gonna have on makeup. They don't have designer. They might not drive a nice car, but them would be the same girls that's still making $1,000, $2,000 a night. Then you got other girls or whatever. They gonna have designer bags and red bottoms and the Benzes and the this and the that or whatever. But they only might have $5,000 in the bank. They might not have no bank account. They might not even have a account at all. Nothing.
Yeah, it's about that money management.
Right, or whatever. But the money management.
They got the money.
The money management comes into like what he just said, the thought process that that you can, even if you spend your last dime, that you could go back in and make it again. And I think that it's a learning process, because like I said, I started young, and for many years I would go out and spend my last knowing that I could go back and get the money again.
Right.
It was a learning process or whatever. It's just something that came over with time to be like, okay, you don't even need it. Like, you can save that. You ain't got to do that.
So let me ask you this. Even though you're not in that profession now, do you feel like, because I always see like a back and forth, a little animosity between like the working women and the girls that work in the strip club. Do you feel like it's a hatred, or how do y'all feel that perspective is from each side when you have people like just different fields, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of times the regular working women feel like the strippers and the IG models are getting all the attention, so they kind of feel like it's a jealousy thing.
I think it's the same hatred that 9-to-5 men and drug dealers have against each other.
Whoa. Ask me on both sides. Do that. Ain't no hatred.
Even from my side, right? Like, knowing, for one, I used to waitress at Body Tap when Body Tap was Body Tap and Pulu Poncho and all of that. Right, like back in the day, like 05, 06, right? So I know like what it takes for that woman to get up there and do what she does on a nightly basis. Even with the waitresses now, like they half naked now. Mm-hmm. So regardless, like they're still up there grinding to get to the next thing. It's just like what she said, like it's a mentality. So if you come into it with a certain mentality and then you didn't come from nothing, that's just like the ball player who didn't come from nothing and he get all the money and then it's gone and blown. It's the same mentality. So you have to come from a stable like environment or get a mentor within that business to say, okay, look, this is what you need to do with that. But no, I don't look at a stripper any way else than I look at a 9-to-5. We out here grinding. Like it is what it is. So that's how she get her money and how she get her money. Like at the end of the day, what she gonna do with is like even a 9-to-5, shoot, I was making 85 grand, but best believe I spent it how I wanted to spend it too. Like it was what it was. But I mean, it shouldn't be that mentality. At the end of the day, we out here grinding. We all women, and we got to support each other. Like I go in there and spend money when my homegirls was working at a strip club too. Like here you go. Like this what you do on a daily basis to get your money. I'm out here grinding to get mine too. Let's get it.
Like, no lie, I love that though. I was just hosting a strip club last night at Pinups. And I love to see women go and support them women like that. That'd be the funnest part when another woman. But most men now they give their money to their girl or the girl they bringing out and let them go tip her. And that's dope. You know, you gotta show.
That's called recruiting. That's called recruiting.
How do you know that?
Hey man, I used to do a little bit of scamming back in my day.
Yeah.
club or two back in my heyday, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm telling you.
I recruited. I did some recruiting back in my day. You just trying to find some, but you got to find a lady friend that's into that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I think scammers and strippers make great relationships. They understand each other.
Don't respect
But
scammers.
I think that on the 9 to 5 thing, I think that any animosity or hatred that they have towards dancers, I think that it's more towards the capabilities that the dancers have more than the dancer itself. I think it's the thought process that my man is looking at this woman. I think it's the thought that this woman has enough confidence to get butt booty naked in front of all these people or whatever. Because I know a lot of women, they don't even like to get naked in the bed.
I'm trying to tell you, I hate that. Why you want to keep your shirt on for? That is not
better yet,
okay.
be able to just walk around freely, titties hanging, and then you know what I'm saying. It ain't even just having a nice body that gives these women the confidence. Because we all know dancers who they take off that top, them titties gonna drop. Woo! You know what I'm saying? So it's just to be in the club is a whole nother level of confidence or whatever. But I think if you remember, there was a time when plastic surgery and stuff was going on, and you would see the regular women out here. Oh my God, look at that fake body. Look at them fake titties.
That still
happening right now. That happens.
But let me tell you, we live in a time now where women they're saving up their money to go get plastic surgery. Regular women, are, you know what I'm saying, are waiting to get on Dr. Miami.
Like a 9 to 5.
I'm ready to get some titties.
Oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're saving up.
Titties are really common
Dr. Miami are ready to go to Columbia, or they're getting their bodies done just like how dancers are getting their bodies done or whatever. They want to look just as good.
My boy said he gonna go get him some abs in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
6 packs from Bermuda.
So don't come straight from Bermuda too.
2021 6 packs.
Cause women don't want a man that's out here got pectoral fake muscles, and y'all don't want to got the little pull away.
Get a fake hairline?
They trying to make it where it's okay. Women got so many things that y'all can improve on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta go to the gym and really go drink Ensure every fucking day. Go get some muscle milk.
That would only be if you told her that. If you meet a woman and
but she tell me she got fake ass. I hate when women give me hugs and they titty push like they like two boulders.
Those are new ones, bro. They got to soften up a little bit.
She had these shits for like 4 years.
You really want to know, is it okay?
She ain't, but he trying to get some
different. He trying to say. So the question you're asking is it okay for men to get
some fake muscles?
And have a surgical hairline?
Like, you know what? I'm gonna add 3 more inches to my dick. You don't even know what.
Fuck it.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate it.
And a bitch, you take that right.
How you know? You just fucked me last night and you knew what size it was then. Now we finna fuck.
If you went and got some inches added on your dick and you was able to fuck better, you think your bitch would be complaining?
I don't know. I'm really curious.
Or no?
Right.
What you trying to do?
To know.
But that's the same thing. Like, are you gonna complain if your girl go get some titties?
The wrong ones, yes.
Yes.
Okay, but that's why y'all do some research and get
right. Exactly. I ain't gonna lie, but the booty. I think the booty shit. I don't know. In a way, that should kind of be off limits, man. Black women, y'all already winning in that area. I understand this in the
But some are not though.
They still are.
Being black is not the definition of having ass.
Like, I done seen some white girls with some ass, like, and they ain't gonna get no ass. Like, I've seen some white girls with some ass. Like, that's what it is.
I mean, I think you just gotta get to the point, like, you gotta accept what you got. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we live in a world where we claim that we don't.
I mean, but then on top of that, like, how are you as a man gonna say that when it's a bunch of men out here that don't accept females for being natural? Like,
that's the thing, though.
I don't think that. I think men get to an age of maturity of accepting naturalists. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody have gone through a time where they're like, oh, look at them stretch marks. Look at them. Look at that girl with them saggy titties.
Sexy as fuck.
Right. But you weren't 18 or 19. Like, oh, baby, I love them.
So what are the women promoting to?
But not even
with those type of made up type of bodies. Cause I see this shit on my timeline 1,000 times over. So it's like, okay, like when we talked about dating younger, like most of the time men date younger. You know what I'm saying? No man really dates the age. They're always mostly dating younger. Does that go into a psyche of a woman's mind where she wants to improve her body to make her, you know.
And see, that's what I was gonna say, because it's to piggyback on what he was saying was, y'all said that's because what men like, but we don't really give a damn.
I don't think y'all know that.
I think
that's what men like.
That's actually one of my questions. Like when women get done up, when they go have these plastic
Who they do
surgery,
it for?
right? Who are they? Because then
Other women.
That's what I think it is.
You really think?
I think y'all compete with other men.
But I think that I think that men do. I think it's
a
a both thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like we put on makeup, or like you said, get our body done or get our nails done, this and the other. We're not looking for compliments from a guy. I'm not looking for a guy to be like, "Oh, your nails is bomb" or whatever.
Okay.
I'm really doing it for me. But I know that the people that are gonna like it, or you know what I'm saying, are gonna be women. But on the flip side, when it comes to men, when y'all go get rims on your car, or you go get a bomb ass chain, or you go get, some nice shades or this, that, and the other, y'all are doing that for another man to notice that. Oh,
I mean, that's
I
just like in the club.
I'll never expect. Let me tell you something. I'll never expect a man to be like, you
I
right.
gotta put these on for you.
Right.
For him.
A woman don't know.
In the club, you
A woman
get your
knows
bottles because
nothing.
you
A woman
want
knows
your
nothing
homeboy
about
to get you
cars.
the
A
bottle.
woman knows nothing about nice cars.
We can't.
A woman knows nothing about nice cars. A woman knows nothing about rims and this, that, and the other. But you know that when you pull up, your homeboy is the one that's gonna be like, damn.
No, I disagree.
Nobody don't
Man.
think. I swear to God, I ain't get
This
neither
is
one of my cars clean for my nigga to be like, boy, that bitch is
So
clean.
the stuff that y'all do, who do y'all do it for?
For women, we
But
do it
y'all,
for women.
okay, so the same question. Do y'all think we give a fuck?
Yes.
I think.
We don't.
Yes, we do. We do think that, and that's why I think women don't understand how much control they have.
A nigga who you can really appreciate, who cooking and cleaning, he's really doing this for you. You would definitely understand the difference.
That's cooking and cleaning. We're talking about material. We're talking about material
I'm talking
things.
about, you thought I put these glasses on for these again. I put them on.
What type of glasses do men?
Cartier, and I put them on for you.
You think I do that?
Not nobody else. You and me. I'm so sorry. These two pretty women to see these. These niggas don't give a fuck about these glasses. These boys didn't ask about this. You know who just did? You. And I appreciate that. But guess what?
See, I really feel like when you look at,
I would never expect no man to be like you.
But no, we do it for women.
I do like compliments. I did do this so that my niggas would think I was doing better.
Hell no, that's not how. That's not our. This is my thing. We feel like we trying to get the attention of the women. Like niggas could be around. If you remove women from the scenario, niggas are laying around musty as fuck, not giving a damn. Women to play like a nigga. Oh shit, I gotta tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga be real scruffy, real dirty, nasty ass niggas. Until sometimes, not everybody, but most of the people. What we do is for women. We trying to get some ass. Like we're trying to impress a woman.
That's not everybody, because I know you got niggas like you said that'll lay around like that if a woman wasn't coming around.
Oh, that's
but then
nasty.
You got niggas. But then you got niggas that you got pretty niggas. You got niggas that they've always been well kept. This and the other. Like some are raised like that.
Some
they
niggas
don't look like that. Period.
Some niggas are lying to themselves because they may actually want a nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's their side. But for the niggas that are straight, because like I said, like I wore a jacket that had pussy love on it, and it means like we gotta support our sexuality. It's like they're trying to push away the straight narrative. Like we don't do this for the attention of our homeboy. I swear to God, I was sitting in whatever. I don't get these fly ass 3-hour braids for no niggas. You know what I'm saying? Women. Hold on, I'm gonna tell.
Feel like that, but no. Like you said, I just want y'all to know that some of the stuff that y'all do, that y'all are claiming that y'all do for us, we don't give a fuck.
No, I'm not claiming.
I ain't no claim.
Like how you said that you don't give, like y'all don't give a fuck about if.
But you would know.
From the women, they be like, "Damn, I love you." Or whatever. I only get that from them. If a nigga
love hair now,
that's what. But it's
love
the things that they like. They like.
I looked at it when you
Women like some women like facial hair. Some women like fat niggas. Some women like niggas with dreads.
Some niggas like titties. Some niggas like ass.
We all like titties and ass.
We like stretch marks.
Baby, listen, yo
pretty
foot,
feet. Look at them
I'm
feet.
gonna tell you right now. Hey, my nigga, we right there. Your foot.
That's a thing.
Hey, your shit could be chipped up, all chipped up, fingernail fucked up and all. You really think I wouldn't even look at you and be like, oh yeah?
No, I'm not saying no like to that. I'm saying that's not what I mean. I'm saying like there's some men out there you can have saggy titties, but you got you a nice ass, they'll be just fine.
That's true.
It's just what some
Right.
people prefer.
And that's why
a preference.
and that's why I said it depends on, like, that's why I said you got to be comfortable with what you got. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here trying to live to appease other people's ideas of what perceptions of how you should look. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if we live in a world where we believe God doesn't make no mistakes, you know what I'm saying, then we shouldn't be out here trying to modify ourselves to fit
But if that's the case, then nobody should get haircuts or nobody should do
That's not
anything.
modifying though. That's not modifying though.
I think
That's like not brushing your teeth or something.
But I think that some people have to understand that
hell no.
everybody's work that they get done, or you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other, isn't necessarily to appease others.
It's
Or whatever.
themselves.
Or whatever.
Insecurity.
Sometimes it's okay to, and this is just my opinion, sometimes it's okay to be like, okay, like for instance, y'all will never know what it's like to have your body
Cut into-
destroyed or whatever
Yeah,
from carrying a baby for 10 months.
that too.
You know what I'm saying? Or to have your stomach stretched to the mountaintops or whatever, and it can't snatch back or
I
whatever.
gained 30 pounds.
So-
I don't know.
So if a woman after having a baby or something, this, that, and the other said, okay, I don't like this skin hanging to my knees right here, I want to go get this chopped off or whatever, you can't look at her and say, oh, well, just be happy with what God gave you.
That's a good scenario.
That's a good scenario.
Yeah, I'm
I
saying.
can understand that. Actually, a woman on Instagram, she's dating Lamar Odom, right?
They said
And
she
she's
crazy.
abusive.
I heard she was beating his
but
ass.
she went into
He
like
a 6'11" nigga.
he already broke down mentally, so his 6'11" height don't matter. He broke down from the Kardashians.
He beating that nigga ass.
Yeah, she be punching, but she
I
started
wish I would
from
be 6'11". You don't get your ass off.
she started from the
Go
from
ahead.
the workout type of world. You get what I'm saying? Where she started the little twerk thing and doing all that, like not a twerk thing, but the
Like dance
workout,
classes.
the dance classes. But then she
Okay.
went into real full out workout, and she showed her progress from how her stomach used to look and how her body used to look. And some people are trying to claim that she got surgery,
Probably.
but,
'Cause that's
but
the
she's
new
claiming that
thing.
she never did surgery, and she only went in, worked out at least a couple of days and got into that process. So is it like, I'm like, do we promote the fitness world or do we promote the surgery world? Like,
You
because
promote being yourself.
You
We like
promote
y'all the
doing
way
what
you
makes
are.
you happy.
But they
what I
promoting
want
it.
to do with my body, like,
Right.
it's
You
because
promote
that's what I want to
self-happiness,
do.
like
You know what I
making
mean?
yourself
Like, just because I
happy.
had 2 kids and I don't like certain things about me, you should look at me like, oh, well, she wants surgery, so why does she want that? She's beautiful. Like, everybody say that on a daily basis. Raquel, you're so pretty. Why did you do this? Or why you want to do this? And I'm like, that's me. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody else looking at me. Like, I look at
And
me
it,
on
and
a
it doesn't
daily
mean that
basis.
somebody hates themselves. It
Right,
doesn't mean that
exactly.
they don't
I
have
want to
confidence or
improve.
whatever. Like, it's always room for improvement on everyone or whatever.
So, to get back to what he's saying, would you date a nigga or would you deal
Yes,
with
I would date a nigga with fake abs, and I would not mind if a nigga when he got 3 inches
I just
added on
told
his
you,
dick.
I'm
I would
going
not
to
be
Bermuda.
complaining.
And I'm
Biceps
gonna
on
get
y'all.
a six-pack.
I'm finna be out there swole.
I would not be
Be
complaining.
200 pounds.
I mean, but
Jesus.
I honestly wouldn't care because I like my nigga having stomach. So,
Yeah.
shoot,
And that's what I think.
where I
I'm
sleep.
not tiny, so I need
Yeah,
to deal
like,
with
we some big- we
something,
stallions,
you know what I
so,
mean? Like,
I
I
mean,
can't have no
go to
no
the
baby.
gym. No gym like
Yeah.
brother. That shit
220,
dead.
220, everybody.
I feed my
220.
nigga 5-course meals daily, so that'll be a waste of money on his part. He go get some fake ass because they probably be gone.
I think it's an outline. I think I don't know.
It's fat.
It's
No,
fat.
they
They
actually
inject
like
that and
cut it
sculpt
in,
it.
and
they
sculpt
build
it in
you.
there.
Oh.
Build a nigga then.
Build the bear, Bob the Builder ass niggas. Okay. I hope it don't never get to that point. I mean, I don't know, cause we're in this world where everything is just
It's
so
starting to look fun.
it's so free and open. Like anything goes at this point. I'm
The
actually
girl snatched her wig off. It changed my perception of life. And she took her make. Oh my God, that makeup took off. Ladies, stop capping. That makeup will make you do a whole 360. All these look, you are not looking the same when you woke up than you look when you went to
I
the
think it's a
club.
180, not a 360.
No, it do a 360.
Because that would be back to where you started.
Right.
Well, you started with no makeup. When you put that makeup
Oh,
on.
okay, so we're starting there. We
yeah,
thought we were starting
I'm
with
talking
makeup.
about bare face,
Oh, okay, where you
Nathaniel,
coming
nothing, like nothing. You woke up, wash your face. Now you got to start the process.
I mean, that makeup situation. I think more black women should get into the makeup industry. How about that?
Yeah.
Because
Healthy
it ain't going nowhere. Like it's a
Shit is
big
the
ass business.
devil.
I
That's
think
huge.
you
I mean,
know what
the
I'm
beauty
saying.
industry is a
It's huge.
multi-billion-dollar industry,
That's not
regardless.
going
No matter what lane you're in,
Yeah.
or whatever. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's always room for everything in it. You know what I'm saying? Because women, we like to be kept no matter if it's weave or natural, we want our hair done or whatever. No matter if it's long or short, we want our nails maintained. You know, our pedicures or this, that, and the other. So,
Unless you NDI.
So let's jump into our money question. So we had a previous episode and we talked about finances and relationships, and we discussed 50-50 as far as a breadwinner. Not saying 50-50 is as if you split everything right down the middle, but we said financial contribution to the household. How do you see that being handled?
I think it started laughing.
We'll start with you.
And she leaned back. She leaned the whole
This is finna get
Mustang back.
The money question. So,
Yeah, he is. He is.
so the question is, how do you feel finances should be handled within the household?
The same way my daddy handled them.
Oh,
Okay.
my.
To be honest with
What's
you,
that?
to be honest with you, both my parents worked, right? Both of them was in the military, and then my dad got out of the military and went to immigrations. He was making 6 figures. My mom was making a little bit of change. But best believe
What was
my
the,
mom.
what year was that? What year? I just want to know. Like, I want to know the gap of life.
The world is
Could I DM you?
This is 90s, period, right?
90?
90s.
Okay.
90s.
That's a
right?
good time.
90s.
Yeah,
right?
we all 90s
So,
babies, pretty
my
much.
mom,
We
you look
time
good.
we went somewhere,
How old are you?
right?
What are you talking about? 90s? How old your dad is?
60 now.
No, sounds like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
80s.
yeah she's 80s, but yeah, 80s.
Yeah, okay, 80s. I like
Yeah.
this.
Late 80s, early
Okay,
90s.
it's the 90s. Let her throw you off a little
Just
bit.
saying.
Go ahead.
Tell my age.
I was like, let me be quiet.
I just want to know how the job system was working.
Protecting
Okay,
her.
so let's get back to the
Both of them
structure.
had
Yeah,
government
what,
jobs.
how much was
Let's
rent?
get back
Was
to
rent
that.
300?
Both of them had government jobs, but best believe my dad took care of the household. Regardless if he was in the house or not, when they got divorced, my dad gave my mom everything, the house,
All the
everything.
money?
Because, yeah, most of it. But
a good man.
how everything worked back then, like my dad made sure the house was taken care of. Like anything else, like a trip or what we needed, like as kids and things like that, like yeah, my mom will contribute. And then if we went on, vacations or whatever, then most of the time they would split it or whatever, or whoever would save for that. But most of the time they had a joint account. But right now, obviously in this world, I'm not going to just go about, and my man, obviously if he got it, he needs to provide. Like period, point blank.
Tell
I'm
me
not
how
coming.
Tell me how
What you
you-
mean? Everything. Everything.
Shit.
He needs to provide. Yes, at the end of the day, I'm making my own, and that becomes our own if we get married and when we get married, right?
So, but does he pay
But-
before you get married?
Yeah.
So if y'all living together and y'all not married,
Right.
not engaged yet, y'all are dating. Y'all in a
Right.
relationship.
Y'all living together.
Y'all live together.
Right.
So the bills come, he paying them all.
I want to hear Max so bad.
We getting there.
Hold on. He paying every last fucking bill.
Everything. At the end of the day, he's a provider. Like that man is supposed to be a provider. Like from point A to Z. Yes.
From
if
the
we
point
wanna
that it go
out-
in to the point that you pull out, you are now paying for everything.
Excuse me.
Be ready.
Regardless, right? Like I'm an independent woman, and yes, I'm not gonna allow him to
What
go
you doing
out
with your
to-
money?
That's what I'm trying to get to.
I'm trying to get to that shit.
If
So
wanna
we on the
go
same
somewhere
page.
I can't wait to leave your house, nigga. I bought my
Whatever
own.
the case may
The
be,
Hennessy has arrived.
going to help
I
him
need to
provide.
stop
Like
for
I'm not
y'all-
gonna allow
for y'all
him to
get to
do
me.
just everything. I do a lot of stuff. Like when I'm in a relationship, I do a lot of different
me
things
what?
for my man. Let alone cook,
wants some
clean, and
detail.
everything else that you guys do.
No.
Financially, if it was, if that's your question,
Back up,
what
back
I
up.
do
Yeah, that's what
financially.
No, I didn't ask you financially.
What?
Because if you're not doing anything financially but saving your own money. That's what you're
No,
doing.
but that's what you didn't let me get to the point. If we go out somewhere or we have a trip planned, then yes, the female can put in or do whatever she needs to do to provide for the household. If it is my man, he needs to provide. Period.
Sweetie.
Period.
All right, so
Max said she wants some Hennessy before she starts.
Zoe has arrived.
Shot real
Can
quick
you
for
pour
me?
our
Please.
Hennessy connoisseur?
Mine's gonna be straight.
Our Hennessy connoisseur.
A double shot.
We got a little. We only got about
this.
5-10 minutes left in the show, so we almost done. But we get into the good part. Get into the money questions. I think it's important to have conversations about financial literacy and about finance in a relationship, because I think that's an uncomfortable thing. And I always want to have those uncomfortable conversations to where you don't just assume something. I think a lot of times the barriers in relationships happen to do with communication, expectations, and then expectations leading to assumptions, and assumptions fuck you up because I don't feel like I gotta do that,
And
but you
not paying
assume.
bills gonna fuck you up too.
I mean, like I said, we're asking the women's perspective.
I'm
We're
waiting-
waiting on our shots.
Okay.
No, we keep going. We only
Okay.
got about 5 minutes left.
So listen,
Please.
I feel like, okay, well, let me say this first. In my household, my man takes care of the bills in our household. Yes, all of the bills.
Shit.
And I don't know, but the thing is, I don't have anything against people that do the 50-50 thing, because if that's what works for them, that's what works for them.
I agree with that.
Ain't say nobody else. That's
that
what we
don't
gonna do
work for
over
me.
here.
Hey, who credit is always going on when y'all leave a motherfucker alone?
But
That's what
okay,
I know.
for instance, okay, like check this. My house, all our utilities, this, that, and the other, that's in my name
Oh, we good then, baby.
or whatever. But the thing,
That's 50-50 right there. That's enough for me
I
to
mean,
stay and
but-
pay some bills.
but I'm kind of a different level of woman because I'm really like Susie Hood homemaker. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got 3 kids or whatever. I cook. We don't eat fast food. I cook full course meals at least 4 or 5 times out the week or whatever. I cook, clean or whatever, blah, 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 this and the other. I could truly say I cater to my man in our home or whatnot. When it comes to me working, and this, that, and the other, no, I don't make as much money as, as my boyfriend or whatever. And the money that I do make, I still provide for our home. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if y'all know how much shit costs or whatever. For instance, I live in a 5-bedroom home. So the maintenance on just keeping up our home or whatever, from a guy's point of view, y'all not going out buying picture frames or decorations or this, that, and the other.
That's not
Y'all
true.
I bought a bunch of pictures.
That's
These
not
niggas like
fucking true.
decor.
I don't know what you talking about.
Excuse me.
You got the wrong set of niggas up here.
Or whatever, but
Yeah.
You drinking?
I'm drinking today.
Oh,
Red cup.
You drinking?
Appreciate
I
those.
need one more
but
time.
I agree with you, Scotty, that the thing is, and when you start to talk to someone, y'all can have that conversation on the first date.
Who pay the bills?
No, not who to pay the bills, but what are your expectations
Right.
financially or whatever. Because for
Yeah.
instance, if me and my boyfriend were living separate, I couldn't really expect him to pay all my bills, all his bills, this, that, and the other, blah, blah. But we
Right.
live in a home
One
together.
household is
So,
different.
you know what I'm saying? This is one household. But believe it or not, when me and him first got together, he was down. He wasn't where he was at. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it was no questions asked. If he didn't have it, boom, I got it.
It was a household divided.
Or whatever. But the thing is, I think that as a woman, if your man is taking care of the household, you should be preparing for if something happens. You should be preparing if he gets laid off his job. You should be able to step up. You know what I'm saying? Then. But like I said, that's a conversation that you can have early on in a relationship, because when me and my boyfriend first got together, I swear to God, y'all, this is a real conversation. He got upset with me one day because I was still dancing, working, 5-6 nights a week, and I didn't wash clothes for like 2 weeks. So, and I hadn't cooked dinner in like a few days. He was upset or whatever. And I'm like, I'm tired. Like, I've been working just like you've been working. Like, I'm tired or whatever. I told him, I said, well, I mean, if I didn't have to put in on the bills, I would have had more time to cook, you know what I'm saying? And make sure your clothes was washed and this, that, and the other.
It's a barter system.
He
You gotta
told
give
me,
them-
I ain't no trick.
Yeah, he went low. That was
Told me, you ain't finna treat me like no trick ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I promise y'all,
Shit.
we never had the conversation no more.
You're right about
but check this out. But the next month came.
He ain't going for
The
it.
next month came, and he paid all the bills.
From that point on.
But that's
showed
the
you-
thing,
I
like,
bet you
even
better not
me,
miss a
right?
meal again.
I'm whipping it up every day.
But even on my perspective, right? Like, I don't have a man at home. I do everything on my own. I got 2 beautiful baby girls, and I feel like doing everything on my own, if I am to date a man, like, you're supposed to take some of that off of me. Like, to be able to go out with you. Yeah, nigga, like, I got bills around here. So if I'm working all the time.
Me too.
And you want to, you know, go out and do all of these different things. Shoot, it takes child care. It takes these bills around this house to make sure that things get done. And yes, I'm busy because I'm working to provide for my family. So if you want that time, then put in some providing to make sure that happens.
So for a man, you provide the time to put in the time that we're going to do with each other. But as a woman, you don't have the time to provide into what me and you want to do because you have your family and things of that nature that you need to take care of.
I don't agree with that part or whatever, because me necessarily, like, I've never been the one to be like, oh, well, are you going to pay for my babysitter or whatever if we go out on a date or whatever, because I may not even like you after this date.
I mean, I'm talking about actually dating, like getting into a relationship. I don't even want you to say that you did shit for me. But I think that when it comes to the standards in a relationship, I feel like men are set to lead in a relationship. Facts.
You are to be the head of my household, and I'm to be your neck. I'm the one to be your support or whatever. When we are on the same, I'm the one to admit we're not on the same level in this relationship. You are the head. It ain't two heads. You're the head.
What's up.
60-40. 60-40.
No.
Stop trying to put a number on it.
She looking for numbers all night tonight. Like, what's up?
Position to be on the same level as me, because then I could treat you how I could treat you like I'm the head, like I'm the man of the house.
Right.
Or whatever. Like, I don't know about y'all. I like my man strong, protective, and you know, this, that, and the other. I like that in a man. I don't want to be on the same. I want to be the woman. I want to be sad, not sad, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Women,
emotions,
I enjoy being
that ball of emotions that y'all can be sometimes.
And believe it or not, there are some men out there, they enjoy being men. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a caveman.
So what about the women that like a hit they nigga? Like, cause you know we had a discussion. We had a discussion about Summer Walker.
We only got 3 minutes left.
It's a hot 3 minutes.
All right, come on, the hot
3 minutes.
The end of
check this out. They're both Aries. Summer and London are both Aries. Me and my man, we're both Aries.
So y'all can hit each other.
No. I would say this. Aries women have really bad tempers. Aries men are really non-confrontational.
Yeah. So y'all beat y'all nigga ass. That's what you just said.
I used to when I was young.
Hot 3 minutes. We
had two.
But my nigga, he big now.
You beat your nigga?
I ain't doing none of that.
And he from Kirkwood, so
I know Kirkwood. Long little mountain.
So I keep my hands to myself.
Right. If we gotta get violent, it's time to go.
Right, and that's the thing.
I agree with
if
that.
you drive me to that point where I gotta put my hands on you,
right.
we
Like,
need to
you get me out of character at that point.
Is it wrong?
Like,
Is it wrong for him to hit you back?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because as a man, you should be able to control.
To take that.
Shake a motherfucker.
Hey, put him to sleep. I told you. Put him to sleep. You gotta scare.
We're not condoning violence, people. Like, we're not condoning violence.
So when someone when she put the pillow over his face when she was riding him, it was just like, this is some sex shit. Don't go to sleep. I know the pillow. You can't breathe.
They was doing sex. Well, doing sex was a little different.
Listen, right?
You gotta stop, bro. Right. You in the blood. You
this pussy gonna kill you, boy.
my producer's telling me to wrap this shit up, guys.
She watched too much Twilight. She really want to fight.
It's been another episode of Convos Create Change. I want you to be able to get everybody's handle from left to right. Easy, tell them how to get in contact with you.
At Easy100IT. Long live my brother Young Miles. You know I'm all over the city, all over in the clubs. You dig? Make sure you follow me.
Matt.
On Instagram, I am Mac_the_mogul, Mac the Mogul, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Mac Mustang.
I see green eyes. I see green eyes with a Z.
I do.
Y'all hit me up on IG. My business page is on there too. If you are an owner operator or anyone looking to get into the trucking industry, hit me up.
Mr. Duval.
PT Duval, you already know what it is. Support your local black.
Sock check,
business.
black business. And that's another thing. Hold on, let's get our sock check in.
Local black business, man. Mud City, you already know what it is.
Okay.
Let's
Always
go.
branded. Now, I am your host, Scotty Smart. You can follow me at Smart Change Creator. You also look us up on YouTube, Convos Create Change. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. We want to keep the conversations going. We want to bring about different uncomfortable conversations to many, but we want to have open and honest conversations every week. We definitely want to open up the platform to have as many women come on and speak.
I want them back, yo. They gotta come back.
They definitely welcome to come back, especially women that are doing positive things in the community that have their own businesses. We want to definitely allow to use our platform and just build together. So
Let's take this toast, yo.
Convos Create Change.
Episode 7, we love y'all.
7, Dave.
That's 7, Dave. We got Brazil. We got to give a shout out to Brazil and Europe. Canada
Shouts out to Canada.
and Brazil
Spicy.
I don't even think that's in this. I think that's.
and the islands.
That's
So we growing a little bit every week, y'all. Oh, Holland? Goddamn, who the hell is in the Netherlands? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We trying to build, keep on growing. And tune in next time. Again, thank you for tuning in to Combos Create Change.
And Mac Mustang Brader might have if y'all want to know.